Hi, I'm Adam, a senior at George Washington High School.
My name is Jamie, and I'm a junior at Fairview High School. After attending JA Business Week, I fell in love with business and wanted to create my own company. Adam, have you ever been to the stores at the Cherry Creek Shopping Center?
Well, of course. My dad goes to the jewelry store around there every time he's in trouble with my mom.
As he should. Our first laureate is known as the father of the shopping mall for designing and developing the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
That project and hundreds of others that he designed are filled with businesses that provide jobs and revenue for our community. Please turn your attention to the screens as we learn a bit more about Temple Buell's legacy.
He set the example of a business person who wants to make the community better.
He was larger than life. Everything he did was larger than life in his work, in his civic life, in his social life.
Temple Hoyne Buell was born in Chicago in 1895 to a prominent family. After studying architecture at the University of Illinois and earning his graduate degree at Columbia, he served in the U.S. Army.
Mr. Buell was affected by gas in World War I.
They moved him from Chicago to Denver because of the hospitals here.
He was sent here to die. However, being stubborn, he persevered and got well. He literally, we hear a story that he said, "I'm getting out of bed and starting my company," and he did.
And he always had this feeling that he had lost time and he wanted to make up for lost time.
He started his architectural firm and he was able to become one of the largest firms in the Rocky Mountain region, 300 or 400 buildings with his name attached to them. One of the first and best known is the Paramount Theater downtown, which was very unusual in its design and in its ornamentation, which he was famous for. He also did Horace Mann Junior High School, and that signifies his work with using brick as a decorative item.
An architectural visionary, Mr. Buell was known as the father of the American shopping mall and took great interest in city planning long before it was a recognized field. One of his greatest achievements was building the Cherry Creek Shopping Center.
He bought the property in 1925. He finally got it done in 1949 after taking on downtown Denver, who didn't want it, and also the Valley Highway, now I-25. One of the proposed routes was up Cherry Creek, which would have taken it out. It's a great example of entrepreneurship, of innovation, and doing something really important against every odds you could imagine.
During the Depression years, Buell proposed projects that not only improved housing, but that also created work for those in need of a job.
We have several low-income housing projects here in Denver that he planned and designed and helped to get built.
He gave money to the Colorado Women's College.
To further his commitment to our community, Buell formed his foundation in 1962.
So it started very slowly with $62 in grants the first year, and this year we gave away well in excess of $9 million. Our current corpus is more than $250 million.
And doing unique work with early childhood.
Buell was also extremely generous to his alma maters, giving $1 million to the University of Illinois and $5 million used to establish the Temple Hoyne Buell Center for the Study of American Architecture at Columbia.
The Buell Foundation, after his death, wanted to keep that same idea, and so the Temple Buell Theater was probably the most prominent of the ones that we did, but there's also a heart center with his name.
The architects will remember him for is he took local Colorado materials that no one else had thought could be used in building and used them to provide beauty and architectural features and provided employment for people in Colorado.
Everybody remembers his love of women. He was famous for that.
He had energy and he had ideas, and he was in a hurry to get things done.
Please welcome President of the Buell Foundation Board of Trustees and 1997 laureate, Dan Ritchie, to the stage.
I can't add much to the to the video that you've seen. Let me say first, though, that I'm really honored to accept this posthumously for Sandy Buell and also for one of his legacies, the Temple Hoyne Buell Foundation. The only comment I would add is that actually Mr. Buell was somewhat more colorful than you could tell from this. Thank you, and thank you all.